Graeme, 0-0 here at St James's Park. I suppose with the circumstances of going down to 10 men, are you pleased with the point in the end?
In the end, yeah. Look, after 53 minutes you lose your captain, you're down to 10 men against a good team. So no, it was the lads showed a side of the game what you need to do no matter what. 10 men, 11 men, and they grinded out the results. So they fought for each other, they put the bodies on the line when they had to. So it was, look, coming away from home to Exeter, a team who were pushing the top end, it would have been a good point. A clean sheets, massive for us, and like I said, in the end, and out of circumstances of the game went, you take the point. After the first half performance, I thought we'd go on and win it.
I suppose the red card would be the biggest talking point of the game. You were quite close to it. What did you make of it?
It looked like, look, we know Nicky's not that type of player. He's not going to go in for any tackle where he's going to try and hurt anyone. The ball bounces, he lifts his foot and nicks the ball, but unfortunately the lads comes charging in at the same time. So Nicky nicks the ball first, but then the ball, obviously there's contact made between the two players. We'll have a look at it. If there's a clear camera angle where we think it shows what I've seen, then we'll see what we can do about it, but it just depends on the camera angle.
I suppose for him and for us as well, the next game that he will miss is the Crystal Palace game, which obviously it's going to be a huge blow for us as our captain, but for him, he must be devastated in there. Yeah,
look, he's devastated because he's missed 30 minutes of a game we could have won. And that's why I'm disappointed, because I felt so. First half performance, we dominated the game. We were the better team, and I felt so in the second half. We knew they'd come out after I imagine at half time the manager would have had a little go at them and tried to dream up a bit. They came at us and tried to be a little bit more direct in the first 5 minutes at us. We didn't start quite well, but then as the game, we were just starting to get back on the foothold in the game, and then obviously the sending off happens, which changes everything in the game, and the lads had a bit of shifting, and they did.
Going back to the beginning, looking at the team sheet, and especially after the cup success, how tough was it for you to pick that 11, I suppose, and change that formation about as well?
Yeah, look, like I said before, the cup games are exciting. The formation, toyed with it many times. Personnel toyed with it many times. Had a plan where I wanted to go with looking at Exeter prior to any of the cup games, how they play, what they do, how we can stop them. But looking at us in games where we've played at that, we've looked solid, we've looked in control of the games, and the final third's always been our issue, and adding Omar to the game I thought would have given us our final third. So look, there was a lot of consideration in it, but there was a challenge for our lads to come tonight in that within the formation nullified them, and I felt the first half showed that.
You mentioned him there, Omar Bogle made his debut today in 60 minutes. I'm guessing obviously brought off because of the red card and because he hasn't played a lot of football recently. But what did you make of his debut?
It was first half. He shows he's a handful for anyone. He's going to cause problems. I don't think when we cleared balls, he was in positions. He ruffled their centre halves. He made it hard for them. And he's new. He's just come in the building. He met us on the bus yesterday, wasn't it? So he's been in and trained with us. So he showed what he's going to add a lot to us. He's going to be a big asset to us, and like I said, over the next coming weeks, it's going to be exciting.
Another one was Isaac Fletcher, who came on. Probably not the circumstances you or him would have probably preferred, but what did you make of him coming on in a tough situation, really? Yeah,
very tough. And one thing, like I said, he had to come on and do a shift, and we just needed that third man in the midfield. So we could affect they were doubling up in the wide areas, so I felt him and Shelton on the other side just bounced out just to help out at times, and then they also had to get back in. So he came on, Fletch done a shift. He's got so many forward thinking attributes in his game. One thing he needs to work on is his defensive side, but coming into a game like that, he showed exactly that he can do it, and that's why he's come to us to understand what he needs to do to progress in his own career, and he'll be a big asset to us as well.
You mentioned just before you obviously had a debate with yourself all week whether to go back five or back four, but did the performance, especially after the red card of Liddell, Burner and Odesina throwing their bodies on the line, winning every header, show you how vital all three of them are together? Yeah, look, like I said, they've looked solid. They've played together for a lot. We're coming to Exeter away, who are a threat for most teams out there play, and I think we nullified that in the first half. We saw that in the back three, a big massive part of that, and
like I said, I toyed many times with it and thought about the formation, but coming here and what they are offered, it was something I felt as though we needed to do. The wing backs was a key, because their wing backs are their main threats, and I thought Fergie and Jamie, especially in the first half, stopped their threats from their wing back area, which has stopped a lot of Exeter's game. So yeah, look, I was delighted with our day. I had no doubt. And like you think about your formations, what you want to do, but as soon as I get a clear picture in my head, then that's it. You've got to go with it, and you've got to believe in it, and that's where we were. I had that thought. I'd already looked at Exeter before the Cup Charlton games and what we needed to do and how we were going to work the performance of Charlton, but something in your mind of what you need to do. But I thought the game plan, especially in the first half, showed we made the right decisions, and then we always had that threat as the game went on. And if we were in the game, to flip to the 4-3-3, where it's sometimes difficult to flip it the other way.
Just a word on the beginning of the day, before the game even kicked off, we announced Joe White has signed till the end of the season from Newcastle, highly rated, being approached by a few teams, but he's chosen Hartlepool United. What's he going to add to this Graeme Lee side?
No, he's got, like I said, he's going to add quality. He's someone who's, you work hard in games for little moments, and he's what I've seen of Joe over the last year. So he has them moments where he can just do something for the team. When you just say a game like today, if it's nil each with the last 10 minutes, someone like Joe might just create that chance we're crying out for, or open the team up, or score. So he's going to add quality to the team. So it's exciting. Like I said, massive thanks to Newcastle for allowing us to bring Joe in, because he has got a lot of interest.
Just finally, I know we've got this long journey home, but next up on the fixture card is obviously Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. It's going to be an exciting week for the club. Yeah, look, it's like, this game was the most important one for me, but now we can go out and enjoy a fantastic weekend in Crystal Palace, and it'll be probably a bit like the last 30 minutes today. So look, the lads will put a shift in again and a moment, and we'll give everything we can, and you never know in football. Gaffer, thanks very much.